Hello ladies and gentlemen. Been running around all day today. It's early in the morning. Getting some stuff done. But there's a project I've been wanting to do for a while, so I decided today would be a good day to tackle it. I had a couple minutes and I think it'll be just enough time. Once again, this is a very quick and easy project, but it's on my to-do list. So let's get started. Do this. Head over to the garage. Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. So we're here in the garage. Here's a project I've been wanting to take on for a long time. I'm going to show you guys a picture of the front of my car here. And so you see it's a very big space where there's the grayish grille, which really stands out in my opinion. And keep in mind, this is once again my OCD nature, but also a little bit of it is I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy, and it's always been fun to tinker with and attempt things and do things to your car. And so that gray area, it's always bothered me. And so originally what I was thinking of doing was plastic dipping everything and making it all black or something that doesn't stand out as much against the black body. And what I recently found out is that grill area is actually removable. Behind it is the space in which you would install a European license plate. And so what I ended up doing is removing it, and what we're going to do today is essentially plastic dipping it. So painting it and putting it back so that I can put a cosmetic plate. So once again, kind of the grille without the American license plate frame. And I mean, it's a clean look. So even if this doesn't go well, if I don't like it, this is always an option. But here we go. So essentially what we're gonna do is I'm going to prep the area. There's a lot of bugs and stuff that gets hit on the front end. A lot of, things that should just be taken care of so the paint adheres quite a bit better on this. So what I'm gonna end up doing is prepping the area, sanding it. I'm not going to run a primer because what I'm end up using today is a plastic dip, which if you've never used plastic dip, it's almost like a plastic style spray can. So it does harden quite a bit like a layer of plastic. And people love this product because if you don't like it and it is applied thickly enough, you can actually rub it off. And if it's a good enough coat of it, you can actually almost peel it off like a piece of vinyl. In order to keep this video short, let's get started.
Yeah, I still got some leftover weed in my backpack. The smell of cigarettes left on my track jack. My homie hit me talking about he wanna match that. I was just in 8th grade asking where the cash at. This is outlandish, you know. I told my mom moving soon, she don't want me to go. She like, boy, you can't leave, she don't.
Alright ladies and gents, everything is prepped and ready to go. For the most part it's hard to tell with the camera, but it's pretty well. It's fairly smooth, which that 320 grit is going to do that. Looks good. What I'm going to do is clean this up a little bit. Usually I would suggest using like an alcohol-based cleaner, but I was going to do a quick wipe down. Nothing that has oils because that's going to prevent the paint from sticking, but enough tutorial stuff. Let's get this done. Everything's been prepped, everything's been cleaned. It's got a nice little smooth surface. I'm going to let this dry out a little bit in the sun just to make sure all the water has dried out. Once everything starts drying, we'll start laying very light coats of paint. What I'm gonna do is start from the other way around. I'm gonna start from this angle, spread evenly this way, because in reality there's not a lot to coat on this side. There's probably those small edges that I can coat very quickly with just a couple shots. And so the idea is just to kind of get the most amount of coverage possible. Once again, testing. Smooth.
Understand the concept of moving around the music and following all your fans, cause you in their ear like a Q-tip. Damn, nothing has been a...
Alright, coat number 3. Now that the paint's kind of starting to stick a little bit more, I'm starting to work on the other edges. So as it's starting to stick a little bit more, and I'm starting to work on this edge, and the back end. So
same lately. My uncle moved and my cousin's gone, but shots to him. 3 years sober, 2 missed calls when I'm flying in. A couple lies, cause people wanna play games. I was always the quarterback, so I never asked for no change. Blood on the leaves, cause these people shady. It's so amazing. Not a surprise, cause I know they hating. It's just how I go though, I know we made it. I know we made it, look.
Alright ladies and gents, here we go. I was cleaning the garage while doing my workout, and so I swept, so it's now somewhat clean. Come on, focus. in the middle of my workout while putting a couple coats. Here we're talking about a good 10 to 15, maybe a little bit more coats of this paint. One thing I will notice and say is that the paint can started failing on me. I don't know if they were just sitting in the garage too long, but it started failing on me. For the most part though, pretty good coverage, a lot better. And some of you guys are like, well, what the heck, what are we talking about here? Here's the difference between OEM and this color. So you know, there's quite a bit of difference. So I'm gonna let this cure a little bit more before I put it on the car, but I will give you guys an update soon. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. Fun fact, while working out, while doing this project, we were looking at about 99.9 degrees at about 26 humidity. The humidity dropped a little bit, it was about 30, give or take. Needless to say, I'm sweating buckets, and freaking hot. See you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like button and share it if you think somebody will enjoy it. See you guys next time.